Hello and welcome to 502 Sessions. I'm your host, Brian Kirby. I'm very pleased today to have Four Bridges Bluegrass Quartet on the show. I had a bluegrass group a few months ago. It was a lot of fun. I've been listening to the band warm up, and this show promises to be a lot of fun as well. Four Bridges Bluegrass Group with Greg Ferreira on mandolin and guitar, Russ Hermansen on bass, Jeremy Place on guitar and mandolin, and Ben Marshall on banjo and fiddle. Four Bridges Bluegrass Group.
Just playing two empty bar rooms and all the women, that's all. Staring at myself through the smoke in the mirror on the wall. And I told her, but don't even look my way. But she don't believe a word I say, so bartender, fill it to the top. I'm fumbling with my keys at the door, I'm late again. Trying to be quiet so she don't see the shape I'm in. And I know she'll ask those same old questions I've answered time and again. I tell her I ain't running round, but she don't understand. I'm just playing two empty bar rooms with lonely women, that's all. Staring at myself through the smoke in the middle of the wall. And I told her, but don't even look my way. But she don't believe a word I say, so bartender, fill it to the top. Soaking up the laughter and the beer in a neon spotlight. But those city lights don't shine as bright on this town. And I think that I've got time for one more round. I'm just playing two empty bar rooms and lonely women, that's all. Staring at myself through the smoke in the mirror on the wall. And I told her, but don't even look my way. But she don't believe a word I say, so bartender, fill it to the top. town that was once his home. Once he had a life here. He made a name out of a piece of ground he could call his own. There was a woman sweet and kind. They were drawn together, and for a time they had it on. Then one night he thought he'd found a better way to wealth and fortune he drank. He was dealt a winning hand, so he had another, and the stakes got higher. And that woman said it ain't right. You're gonna really lose someday, but there ain't no saying nothing to a man full of whiskey and gold, pistols and a blood red rose. Whiskey and gold, the hot sun and the night so cold. You know the devil plays a hand, and some night he's bound to win. When he laid his last dollar down, he knew he'd been beat. Through that drink he poured his soul out, and he placed his bet on this one last final round. And that woman, she has gone. They'll never meet again someday. Still he wanders to this dying Texas town, 'cause of whiskey and gold, pistols and a blood red rose. Whiskey and gold, the hot sun and the night so cold. You know the devil plays a hand, and some night he's bound to win. Whiskey and gold, good men will fight and die for both. Whiskey and gold, man can lose his soul. You know the devil plays a hand, and some night he's bound to win.
Four Bridges, great sound, you guys. Wow.
Thanks, thank you.
The first question I have to ask, though, is why are you ashamed of Russ? I mean, you put him in the back row.
He just likes to be there.
We most certainly aren't ashamed of Russ. Russ is
a little
our
shy.
head guy, and if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be where we are today, honestly.
Is that so? So you formed the group, or you guys heard him play in another group and you gravitated to his sound, or are you? I was going to say full of it, which I guess I just did. Or are you just telling stories here?
No, Russell's the unofficial band manager, but it's pretty much official. He just never claimed the title.
Oh, okay.
But he's the one who promotes us and does a lot of the all the PR work and getting gigs and all that stuff.
So he sent an email that said, "Don't forget 9 a.m. tomorrow, you guys." Right?
Yeah, and then I sent one,
You said
and then
to
sent some
remember.
texts.
Let me ask you about those songs. So it's all original bluegrass music today, and you all write, but Jeremy, I understand most of these are yours. So
Yeah, I actually wrote the first three.
And tell me, let's go backwards. So Whiskey and Gold, there's a story there.
Yep, it's
So-
definitely
What is your writing process for that?
that one. I just wanted to write a song, and so I sent it out on the World Wide Web of our Facebook page. I said, "Hey, I want to write a song. What should I write about?" And people
Oh,
gave
yeah.
me just threw ideas at me. Somebody said something about whiskey. Somebody said something about a dusty Texas town, something like that. And I just threw it all together into a story about a guy who loses everything and makes a deal with the devil and loses his soul too.
Oh, there's a story we've heard before.
We've all been there.
Yeah, right. So you got, wow, so that's using social media just to get some brainstorm of ideas, I guess.
Yeah.
And this,
I had some bad ideas from that too, but
I'll bet you got all kinds of stuff you couldn't use, right? So before that, Eddie and Lola?
Eddie and Lola.
So that's an instrumental song. Are there words to that, or is that?
I thought about writing words to it, never got around to it. That's so that's an interesting song. It's about a child's imaginary friends.
And then the first tune.
The first tune, "Empty Bar Rooms," is
that was
Russell gave me that idea for that song. We were playing to nobody in a bar one time, and he said, there's a song in this, "Empty Bar Rooms and Lonely Women. You should write it." And then I did. and it's kind of about trying to explain to your wife why you're coming home smelling like booze with no money as a musician.
Well, I thought it was going to take a different turn, empty bar rooms and lonely women. So when you brought in the married aspect, I was kind of surprised there. I thought.
Yeah, and the words in the song too. Like I'm just playing to them. They're not even paying attention to me. Don't worry. I'm not going out carousing. I do smell like beer when I get home, but that's it's different.
And Greg, you're getting quite a workout on mandolin today. The solos, I mean, they throw a lot of the solos to you, and Ben as well, I noticed.
You just wait.
Oh,
It evens out.
oh, it all evens out.
All evens out.
So when you're writing your songs, and you must sit home alone, and you don't write as a group, is that correct? I mean,
Sometimes we do.
We haven't actually finished writing a song as a group yet.
So
but
you'll
we
bring it-
collaborate. Yeah.
Well, so what I meant by writing as a group, so you'll actually sketch out the entire tune that you want, and then you bring it to the group and you put in all, I assume,
Yeah, and
put in
everybody
your part.
collaborates.
But you haven't actually written a group song where you're writing words and everything together.
Nope.
No, not of late. I mean, we've had ideas and we've written songs, but we haven't finished them.
Yeah.
So
And so when you bring in a song that you've written, because you play almost every instrument as well, do you grab a mandolin and say, Greg, I want this? Or
we bounce ideas off each other, and we'd come to a mutual agreement on what we want the sound to be.
have you ever had to say, I don't like that?
Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we're pretty easy to deal with about it.
All right.
That's what I think anyway.
Great.
They might say something different.
Well, that's good to be easygoing. So.
I think you're horrible.
That's good to know. And it's a good idea to get it out there on the internet and as we broadcast it too. So
Yeah.
now everybody knows.
Now, Ben doesn't like me. Everybody knows it.
Well,
I
none
love you,
of us.
Jeremy.
All right, how about some more music?
Absolutely. It'd be our pleasure.
Four Bridges, Bluegrass. Greg Ferreira,
Yes.
Russ Hermansen, Jeremy Place, and Ben Marshall.
Here's another song about thinking about cheating, then deciding to not to. We'd have a lot of explaining to do. Just like me, you're a stickler for the truth. Your man wouldn't understand. My little sweetheart surely wouldn't be a fan. That look in our eyes as it passed me on by, casual caress of your soft hand on mine. We're in dangerous waters for sure, and each day it grows more and more. Oh, we ain't done nothing yet, and darling, before we do some regret, let's not say we did. You got a lot going for you. You got good paying jobs, good hearts, and a mansion built for two. I won't let this little flame burn that down. It's not my place, and I haven't got the grace for running drown. But that smile on your face could make me change my mind. We're spoken for already, like partners in crime, on a moonlit walk all alone, when I should already be home. But we ain't done nothing yet, and darling, before we do some regret, Everybody saying, boy, you better do something soon. My passionate feeling so wrong, and it just goes on and on. No, he ain't done nothing yet. And darling, before we do something we regret, it's not, let's say we did. That's that. Now we're going to play a song about a guy wanting a girl his whole life and never getting her. It's a happy bluegrass song, because nobody dies. Ready? When we were young back then, I knew I loved you, smiling in the sweet summer sun. We'd run and play in a field of wildflowers, and I picked you every single one. Juliet, Juliet, won't you take my hand, Juliet? I've waited as long as a patient man can. Won't you take my hand, Juliet? Well, I've been a friend through hard times and bad lovers, and it breaks my heart to see you cry. Here for you will always be, and for me there is no other. We'll walk through this world together, you and I. Juliet, Juliet, won't you take my hand, Juliet? I've waited as long as a patient man can. Won't you take my hand, Juliet? Now the years have gone by since the last time we spoke, and we're nearing the sweet bye-bye. The life's trials have changed us, and our hearts are nearly broke. I can still see that pretty girl's smile. Juliet, Juliet, won't you take my hand, Juliet? I've waited as long as a patient man can. Won't you take my hand, Juliet? Juliet, Juliet, won't you take my hand, Juliet? I've waited as long as a patient man can. Won't you take my hand, Juliet? Juliet. Woo! All right, now for the sad song. Brother, you've been gone so long, and I called, but there ain't nothing on the other end. Don't pretend that you ain't in need of a friend, that everything's as good as when we first began. I can see the broken bottles on the barroom floor, the holes in your bedroom door. sucker who don't know what I know. You're dying with a broken heart. You're dying with a broken heart. Brother, it's a lonely road full of sleepless nights, and you can feel like cold wind blow. And I've been told that this type of hurting don't mend, and if you don't let it go, it'll lead you to your bitter end. But you're back again to the broken bottles on the barroom floor, the holes in your bedroom door, the scars on your knuckles and broken bones might fool another sucker who don't know what I know. You're dying with a broken heart. You're dying with a broken heart. Brother, lay it down to rest. May the hand of the Lord cleanse the aching in your breast, and let these tears wash away all the sorrow. Let us remember the man we knew with a smile upon his face, and not the days of the broken bottles on the barroom floor, the holes in your bedroom door, the scars on your knuckles and broken bones might fool another sucker who don't know what I know. You're dying with a broken heart. 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 Hey Greg, you want this thing?
Yeah. Trade you this. It's your problem now.
Switch. Switch me.
Yep. I might,
Rotate.
yeah. So, I'll get in the middle. I need to get these back here.
Yeah, I can do that too. Four Bridges, you guys have all mixed it up a bit now, so don't confuse me. Jeremy Place now on mandolin, right? Ben Marshall, Greg Ferreira, and of course Russ Hermansen. I have to ask about two things. One is the name of the band. Four Bridges, is there something special there, or is it just there are four bridges in the town where you practice?
There's several
Yeah.
ways you could put this.
Or your four bridges, you four form a bridge to a center of bluegrass.
Well, like I said, there's several ways you could put this. There's four bridges on our collective instruments.
Oh, that is great. Oh,
Two.
that is great.
We'll leave you guessing. I mean, two, there were four bridges set up in Jeremy's son's railroad track, I guess, when they
We
were
were trying to come up with a name.
when they were
And
coming
you
up
practice
with
in the basement or wherever that is?
Yeah, in the living room.
Oh,
We used to have all
okay.
the train set up, yeah.
Also, in Rhode Island, where Ben and I are from, there's four bridges collectively in different areas and
Okay,
stuff.
so there's the four bridges I was thinking.
So
And when people look up stuff on the internet, F is in the beginning of the alphabet, so we might come up before somebody else.
That's another factor in naming
FB.
a band.
So
F, B, C,
unfortunately,
D,
now
E,
somebody's
A.
going to latch onto that and call themselves AAA, Four Bridges.
Okay.
A1 Four Bridges.
As long as they do some towing and stuff too.
Yeah.
So Julianne and Dying with a Broken Heart, those songs, I guess I'll ask if they're from experience or you, to write a tune, you form an alter ego and it's that. So I don't want to mean to be too personal, but
sorry.
is there a Julianne someplace, or is that like Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island? You just changed the name, you pined for her your whole life? Or?
No, kind of just had a hankering to write a song, and it's very bluegrassy. You know, the guy wants the girl, never gets her, and you know, it's a very standard type of bluegrass song. I just wanted to write a song, and it was a really upbeat feel to the tune, so I just wrote it.
Upbeat
It kind
feel.
of just happened. Yeah, it's nice when songs happen like that. It was like an afternoon. It was maybe 3 hours.
Oh,
I wrote a
good.
song in 3 hours.
And then Dying with a Broken Heart followed right after Julianne. Nicely.
We like drastic changes.
Don't want to keep everybody too happy.
Not for long, not in bluegrass.
Now, I don't mean to, oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, okay. I was going to say about Dying with a Broken Heart. It was that was a collection of a ball of negative emotions and events over a course of a year or so, and it all just came out in a song.
So that was personal then?
That was personal,
Just,
yeah. Not, yeah. I
well,
guess.
sort of. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just some stress. It's stress relief then. Bunch of-
Yeah, it was emotional outlet through song.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of songs are, right?
Yeah.
And then it's hopefully evoking that emotion in the people that hear it.
Yeah, we made people cry in Norway. 3 people.
3 people.
In a church. We played at a church when we were in Norway. It was built in 1108 or something like that.
A very old church.
Really old church. It was amazing. But I saw 3 people wipe tears from their eyes during that song. I was like, yes.
Wow. That is good. I
That
mean,
means it
that's
worked,
impressive when
you know?
you can get the emotions going that far. As long as they were crying because they thought it was so good. You're all set.
Very true.
Four Bridges, Bluegrass. We've covered the name. Where do you play?
We play South Shore, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. We've kind of played all over New England. We played up at in Maine at Thomas Point and Ossipee bluegrass festivals.
Now, Thomas Point Beach, that's a huge bluegrass festival, right? That's
Yeah.
like a 3-day, people come in campers.
I think it's longer. I think
Four-
it's
4 days.
4 days. Yeah.
I have not been to that, but I have been caught in the traffic. And that's a huge,
One thing I thought was sweet about when we played there is there's only one stage. So when we played the band cup, the Battle of the Bands, we were playing on the same stage as like some of the other
Michael
like
Cleveland.
Top-notch
big
bluegrass
bands,
bands.
same sound guys, same everything. So it was cool that to give bands like us, like smaller bands the opportunity to like get up there and play like on a real stage. Like it was.
are
it
you
was awesome.
invited up there, or do you know about the festival? You say, I want to come up. I mean, how does that work? Because everybody that's in the audience with their picking buddies, that's just an event for them. But the bands that actually play, you have to
do
send
an
in
application process. You send them in your recordings and I think probably a video too, right? They just wanna
Yeah,
see what
you
look
give
like.
a pre-screen the bands there. They selected some pretty good bands. All 4 bands that played were really good bands.
All right, how about some more music? Jeremy Place, Russ Hermansen, Ben Marshall, Greg Ferreira, and you're mixing it up a bit again, I see. All right. Four Bridges, Bluegrass.
This next song is about what bluegrass songs are all about. There's gotta be something wrong with the people who write them songs. They'll get you tapping your feet to a melody so sweet. That's when the murderer comes along. There's sickness, heartache, death and stealing, robbing, cheating, double dealing. It's about a man who found the love of his life. And it turns out she's already someone else's wife. So he'll take her for a walk in the dark, whack her with a shovel and throw her in the river. Those morbid composers on who like to loot and murder two-time and maul. They play left-handed banjo, they dabble in some roll. They got brain pictures of tractors on their walls. There's fevers, passion, lion shooting, guns blazing, ruin too. It's about a man whose wife was drowned. He took his grandpappy's pistol and he strolled right into town. He shot the man who put that woman down, whacked him with a shovel and threw him in the river. The toxin that makes the grass blue probably seeps in all their food. They'll have you traipsing around to that high, lonely sound. You won't hear the filth that they spew. There's widow sheriffs, gambling, booze, and judges' gallows, fighting, losing. It's about a man who sought his revenge. The verdict was read by his very best friend when they put that rope around his neck. He saw his wife in the crowd with his best friend. He said, "Woman, I'm gonna learn you a lesson." His spirit lingered on till he whacked her with a shovel and threw her in the river. All right, now for a nicer song. You ready? What a sweet night for new love to grow. The summer sun is singing soft and low. The early evening stars seem to shine in your eyes. The taste of red wine on your lips and mine. That beautiful smile on your face melts me, and there's nothing I can do. This feeling inside's almost more than I can take, and I'm just getting started loving you. Will you dance with me, darling? Take my hand. Feel the rhythm as the waves kiss the sand. Warm breeze between us and the fire burning bright. Won't hurts me, and there's nothing I can do. This feeling inside's almost more than I can take, and I'm just getting started loving you. And I'm just getting started loving you.
Here's a song about summer. Riding out one summer's day, I sat beside a tree, heard a little songbird sing sweetly as a me. Sing a song, birdie, sing a song for me. Sing a song, birdie, my little chickadee. Wind blows through the willow tree, rain falls through the ground. The song that little songbird sings, sweetest song around. Sing a song, birdie, sing a song for me. Sing a song, birdie, my little chickadee. Sitting by the water's edge in the summer sun, love that little songbird song till my days are done. Sing a song, birdie, sing a song for me. Sing a song, birdie, my little chickadee. Sing a song, birdie, sing a song for me. Sing a song, birdie, my little chickadee.
Greg, nice to hear you sing a song, right? So you led that one,
Yes, sir.
and Mr. Harmony over here, Jeremy.
Absolutely.
So tell me about Bluegrass on the Bog.
Bluegrass on the Bogs is a really cool local festival that features a lot of good bands that, like ourselves, not to say that we're good, but we have a lot of fun there. It's a beautiful spot on Camp Kewanee, and it's growing. It's a good.
Celebrating their 10th year this
Celebrate-
year. We've
yeah.
played there every year since Ben was 16, right? Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna be 25, but yeah. So we played there every year, and the first year Ben was with us, it was their first Bluegrass on the Bogs. So we've been doing it every year since, and now they're excited to have their 10th anniversary.
Is that a one-day festival? Or is that another
Weekend.
another one of these weekend festivals?
Friday and through Sunday. Sunday.
We're
closes that
dedicated.
part.
I mean, when we go to a festival, it's gotta be like a week-long thing.
So I think 3 days is a little short of a week. Just
All the parties usually start before that.
Yeah.
Oh,
The picking party starts on like a Wednesday.
no kidding. Wow. So people start.
Like I said, dedicated. Once you get picking, you can't stop. It's an addiction.
We camp out there and stuff. It's awesome.
So you've been 10 years with Ben. So the group's been together for 10 years, or
I just say that because Ben was so young.
how long has the group been together?
10 years, just about 10 years, yeah. We're in our 10th year.
And how many CDs do you have?
We have 2 currently, and we were a different band before. When we first started, we were called Crossfire Bluegrass Band, and different members. They've changed throughout the years, but we made a CD.
We've been all together through that whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And all that information is available on your website, which I will list, of course. But what is the website?
FourBridgesBand.com.
FourBridgesBand.com, and anybody can find a link how to contact you directly or buy your CDs and what festivals you'll be playing, where
Upcoming
shows.
and everything like that.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, let's hear a few more tunes. I'm sure you have some more for us, right?
Absolutely, yes.
We got one more. No, just kidding.
And this is your format here. So I'm going to say Jeremy Place on guitar, Russ Hermansen bass, Greg Ferreira mandolin, and Ben Marshall on banjo. And you're going to stay this way this time? Or you're going to mix it up again? No.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
You're going to switch right now? I just introed you guys. All right.
Now he's got to do it again.
Four Bridges Bluegrass Band. FourBridgesBand.com.
Before I take my last breath of fresh air, my last taste of honey, before they play them bells on my funeral day, I wanna feel your arms around me and take a last look at your face. Well, all these troubling times caught us unaware. We've lost that loving way we used to share. I know I told you, just leave me be. I didn't realize you'd leave me so lonely. Before I take my last breath of fresh air, my last taste of honey, before they play the bells on my funeral day, I wanna feel your arms around me and take a last look at your face. I know life together was in your plans, but I took to giving up and things got out of hand. Darling, I thought I'd have no regrets, but when the hurting didn't stop, I hung my head and I cried. Lord in heaven above, please help me, 'cause I'm dying for her love. I'm dying, Lord. Before I take my last breath of fresh air, my last taste of honey, before they play the bells on my funeral day, I wanna feel your arms around me and take a last look at your face. I wanna feel your arms around me and take a last look at your face.
Four Bridges. So, what was the name of that tune? Another Jeremy Place special?
Yep. That one's called Sincerely.
Should rename my band that.
Jeremy Plays Special.
Yeah, good idea, bro.
Hey, I do what I can. I do what I can. It's copyrighted now, though, because I said it, so don't use it.
And it's on film.
And so, internationally known bluegrass band, right? Because you guys were in Norway last year. You're going back. So
That
what?
was the summer of 2013. Yeah, so I guess it's
I guess it was 2 years
yeah.
ago then.
either way in 2013.
And you're heading back. Is that a tour or a festival?
Yeah, we did. We played a few festivals actually. We played in. We played. It wasn't the same stage, but we played the same festival Rascal Flatts played at, but not on the same night. But anyway, that's our claim
Oh,
to
but
fame.
he was there.
He was there.
They were there, yep. And they played on the huge stage. They were still building it when we were playing. But that was a really nice
With the
festival.
hammers going and everything? Like you guys were-
Yeah,
It was a
right
different
next to us
section,
now. It was Vinstra, and they were a very cool festival.
A country music.
A country music festival.
So is it big in Norway? I mean,
Bigger than
Huge.
I would have thought.
The people in Norway are the most hospitable, awesome people you will ever meet, and they love country and bluegrass and all kinds of stuff. Or at least a
that's
majority of
The
them.
ones
a
we
lot
saw.
Of them. The
We
ones
played
met.
at bluegrass festivals, a couple of bluegrass festivals in Norway.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense because bluegrass is folk music, and what I mean by folk music is it tells a story. I don't mean the folk genre, but it tells a story. It's a real personal music, and so Norway and those areas where they have a lot of, where they don't probably call it folk music, but it's a lot of songs about folks, I guess. So it makes perfect sense. So this is American version of the folk music.
And music is that universal language. Even though most of the people in Norway also speak English, there was a language barrier, and music really brought us all together.
Oh.
Not to be cheesy.
No, it makes sense. And so there were American bands there and Norwegian bands at these folk festivals? So it was a blend. It was like an international festival. I
We
guess.
met a couple Americans over there too at was it Reezer?
I don't remember there being any American bluegrass bands.
Oh, no kidding.
Besides us, but there was
Besides
some.
us,
Actually, do you know Radim Zenkil? I believe is his name. He's a mandolin player, and he's from the Czech Republic. And he came over to the United States a while ago. So 25 years ago or something. So he was listed as a band from the USA, but he's actually from Czech Republic.
That's cool.
Four Bridges, it was great to have you guys on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us.
No, this is a great show. It's very uplifting music. Even the sad songs are happy. So, Greg Ferreira, once again, mandolin. Russ, come on out front just for a second. Give the guy Russ Hermansen, the anchor to the group, on bass.
Thank you.
Jeremy
pleasure.
plays guitar and mandolin today, and Ben Marshall, fiddle and banjo. Thanks for being here on 502 Sessions. You can check out more of our shows at 502sessions.com. If you're a musician or you're in a group and you think you might make a nice feature on a show, you can contact me directly at 502sessions@gmail.com. And I get back to everybody. I check out the links, so don't hesitate to email me. Thank you once again, you guys. Why don't you play us out? A couple more songs? That'd be great. Four Bridges.
Here's a song about a train. Oh, the hills and far away she rides, mountains deep and valleys deep and wide. This old train keeps rolling along, whistle screaming out that lonesome song, and she's gone. Rivers on the canyon floor rush by, a pale moon in a late day summer sky, and this old train keeps rolling along, whistle screaming out that lonesome song, and she's gone. And she has to travel on, and she's gone. Gotta pull this wagon along, and she's gone. Oh, the hills and far away she'll roam, like she's looking for a place to call home. And this old train keeps rolling along, whistle screaming out that lonesome song. Out of steam and she's moving on, and she's gone. And she has to travel on, but she's gone. Gotta pull this wagon along, and she's gone. Don't know where she's bound, but she's gone. And she has to our last number. This one's called Rattling the Cage off our hit CD. And this one's about a man running from the law. On the highway, on the race to the state line, trying to keep them blue lights far behind. I've been locked up 4 years for another's misdoing, for things I didn't know a man could do. And it's bye, bye, bye to them cold gray walls. I'm gone. There's a life out there waiting, I know, when I'm gone, gone. I was never a man who took life and liberty for granted. I kept the Lord and the law on my side. But I lost faith when Lady Justice stamped my name. There's no winning when they make you play their game. And it's bye, bye, bye to them cold gray walls. I'm gone. There's a life out there waiting, I know, when I'm gone, gone. My dreams are haunted by the cell door slamming, sealing in my fate. Try not to believe, I'm just right.